Hi. Hi, good morning. It's Friday morning in the Matrix Work Week. It's September 30th. We're headed into October tomorrow. How's everyone doing today? I'm coming live from New York. I'm Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light. I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. Did you tune in this morning and check your heart and see how you're feeling? Are you okay? I want to touch on Florida right now. One of my closest friends from college lives in Fort Myers, and she had a really bad day yesterday. And so I'd like to send good thoughts and wishes to all of the beings in Fort Myers and wishing them well, hoping that everything works out for them and that they get help as soon as they need it. Let's all say some really powerful prayers for all of those residents in Florida. So blessings to them and love to them and light to them. And I hope they get help as soon as possible. So that's kind of the first thing that's on my mind today. I know we're about to enter into the weekend, so I hope that everyone takes time to reflect, take a reflective pause. I spoke about pausing yesterday and kind of, regrouping and looking at everything instead of going task, because we get overwhelmed and we sometimes can't see beyond what's right in front of us. And so, like, what is the big picture for you? So if you're looking to reach a destiny, you're looking for your 5 humongous goals to happen for you, we must kind of get out of our energetic pattern that we are in and step out of it and take a look and kind of redesign what we want to do with our lives if we want to have peace on earth and happiness and light. And so, we all are going through something right now, I'm sure. If you've become awakened and you're awake, then you see what is really going on in all these systems, these structures, this linear world that we've been living in, where we really don't have the freedom of our thoughts, our emotions, our ideas. We are taught to conform. We are taught to really follow what everyone else is doing rather than asking, what exactly do I want? I said yesterday, what is best for Mary? So what is best for you? And that's something we need to consider every time we make a decision, because what's great for someone else isn't necessarily going to be great for us. We should really trust our heart and our spirit. And like I say, we were born with a lot of who we are. And so we were compressed. And so now let's take a moment to realize, let's expand our awareness and have come from a higher consciousness, a mindset that there is another reality out there. There is heaven on earth. So thoughts are very powerful. And so if your thoughts go with conformity and what everyone else is doing, how are you going to get to your destiny? How are you going to reach your 5 humongous goals? So anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and I hope you subscribe to the channel if what I'm saying resonates with you. And if it doesn't, I understand, I'm not for everyone. So today I'd like to cover topics like artificial, which I'm going to go into AI robots, the 144,000 psychic phenomenon. Of course, I'll touch on angels and our intuitive abilities. So artificial, what does that mean exactly? Well, it means not real. It means made or produced. And so anyone who's here, write in the chat, tell me where you're coming from. We have quite a few that are continuing to visit during this hour. And so we have Australia and Boston, Mass, and Boulder, Colorado, and Silver Lake, New York, Transylvania, Thailand, Detroit, Kuwait. And I'm here in New York. I'm 45 minutes outside of Manhattan. So artificial, why am I bringing this up? Because I'm realizing that there's a lot going on out in the world that is actually bringing artificial into our lives more than we even realized. And it's been there, just food, for an example. I'm finding that if I look at the ingredients on a lot of foods, I'm not talking about fresh foods like produce, like vegetables or fruit, or even meat, because hopefully that's fresh. I'm referring to like a lot of the food, alleged food, that comes in box and bags, and it says genetically modified. And so what exactly does that mean? What does that mean? We don't even know what the source of that is. So if it lists the ingredients and then below it, it says genetically modified, what is genetically modified? That means that it's artificial. That means that it's not really, what is it? Like, what is it made out of? Is it all chemicals? I mean, I actually have undergone a transformation myself when I was officially awakened. I speak of my Kundalini awakening, my spiritual awakening back in 2015. And part of that came through because I became a Reiki master, which is energy healing. So I worked with the 7 chakras. And so when I did that, I started to become awakened. And then I decided I'll become an ordained minister so that I can marry people and, I can do events. And I just thought it was the next step. And so I became an ordained minister. Now, prior to that, when I went for this, I guess it was like a training, you want to call it training to be an ordained minister, I started having all of this light that came into me. And I already had been opened to realizing, things aren't what they seem. Here we are in this physical reality. Yes, I gather that. And stuff, we all have stuff, right? But I kind of always knew that there was more to life than just stuff and what's out here. I kind of was more tuned into my senses and my feelings and my emotions. And maybe people even considered me for a while to be, oh, she's so emotional. My family members would say that, oh, you're so emotional, because I really was feeling everything. And so when I became awakened after training prior to training to become an ordained minister, I started closing my eyes and I'd see light. And I'd open my eyes and I'd be like, okay, there's no light on. I'd close my eyes and there'd be light. So light was coming into my system. I don't know if you've experienced that. And, people say, how do you become awakened? And I can't really define that for you. I know when you start searching for it, it's probable that it will happen to you. So if you say, oh no, this is of no interest to me, then you probably aren't going to want to listen to what I have to say. But if you do want to listen to what I have to say, you probably are on the road to awakening. So you are feeling as though, maybe we're all connected, we're all one, it's important, nature's important, compassion, love, forgiveness is important. And so you're on the road to awakening if you haven't already awakened. And when you awaken, it starts to kind of mess you up a little bit, because you've been going on this road, this path, which is basically about the systems in the matrix. This is history, this is medical, this is financial, this is government. And you never really looked outside of the matrix, because why should you? It's the system that you were raised in. You were programmed to believe that's all there was. But then when you start to getting into feelings and emotions and you say, well, this stuff really doesn't resonate with me as much as it did before, it starts to mess you up, because you have one part of you is like existing in this physical realm, this matrix, this, linear world of programming and mind control, and, do this, you get that. And it's very much control and power by the leaders. They're in control. And so it's a bit of enslavement, if you want to call it that. Like I say, it's kind of a prison. And when you are starting to wake up and you're like, oh, I was sleeping, I guess, and now I realize that there's more out there, that maybe I can make some of my own decisions. Maybe I'm sovereign. Maybe there's what's called free will. And so I don't really accept that anymore. But the problem is now I'm seeing everything, and you can't not see it anymore. You can't not see that there's evil. You can't not see that sometimes the good gets trampled, and everyone's pushing you aside to get what they want. And so you get hurt a lot. You get, if you're like I am, empathic, you get a lot of hurt. You get a lot of pain. You get a lot of disappointments. And so, it's hard. It's really difficult because now you've woken up and you see all the stuff that's out there, the junk, and you see the meanness, and you see the hate, and you see the pain and the suffering. And then I'm saying, like, how can I help? How can I help? How can just I help? What can I do to make a difference? So here I am, and I guess I'm trying to make a difference, is what I'm trying to say. And so, that's where I'm coming from. And do I see light at the end of the tunnel? Well, if I don't, then what's the point? If I don't think that things will get better, like I say, light on the horizon, like I'm looking through a window, I'd have these dreams of this rectangle, and I'd walk up to the rectangle in the dream, and I'd be a window, and I'd be looking out on the horizon, and I would see the sunrise, the sun coming up over the horizon line, and I'd see the waving water, and I'd see the sky, which was oranges and reds and yellows, and it would give me hope. It would stop me in my tracks. It would strike my heart, and it would bring me back to where I was, of like circling back to hope. So I'm bringing up the word artificial because I'm concerned how much of the world is becoming artificial. How much of the world out there is artificial now, and where are we going? So artificial means it's made or produced rather than occurring naturally. It's a copy of something. It's fake. It's false. I spoke of cloning a few weeks ago. That's artificial. It's contrived. It's pretend. It's phony. I would prefer to live in a world of natural and organic and real rather than artificial. It's a replica. It's contrived. It's the opposite of natural. So it's an imitation. So there's artificial humans called robots. I don't know if you know that right now. And, you can see them sometimes on social media. Those are actually considered bots. So they are, they're basically a mechanism that sets up profiles, and then you believe that that is a real person, but it's an artificial bot. It's a bot. Now, there's what's called mechanical humans, and they're humanoid robots, and they exist, and they cost $8,000 and in advance $30,000, and they have no emotions. So a humanoid robot is a robot resembling the human body in shape, and they use it for functional purposes like, production. And some have heads designed to replicate human facial features. And now I'm bringing this up because we are hearing about, I know Elon Musk he's working towards robotics, and he also is working towards altering us humans so we won't be organic, so that we will have a chip, and then the chip will connect to the internet. So that would be a brain chip. Now, I believe that this is artificial, and it's probably, why should we be tampered with? I think we should just stay organic and natural. And what do you believe? So the first robot was a soldier with a trumpet, and it was made in 1850 by Frederick Kaufmann in Dresden, Germany. Now, the first humanoid AI robot with citizenship is called Sophia. I don't know if you've ever heard of Sophia. So Sophia is a robot, and she wants a child and to start a family. These AI robots are an artificial intelligence. It's controlled by a computer to do tasks. So what are your, beliefs about artificial, from food to these chips in our brains? So are we going to become artificial? Are we going to be part robot to these AI robots? Now, this is not like a made up thing. This is real. You just have to look on your computer or your phone and look it up. It's a real thing. And so it's all out there. Hey, Joe Hollywood, thanks for joining us from Boulder, Colorado. Hi. What do you believe, Joe, about these artificial man, produced, man-made I guess topics, like I was saying, GMO foods and now robots and brain chips and I don't, I sense that technology is overrun spirituality and the heart and the spirit. And maybe that's because they say, some of these YouTubers say that there is an AI that's Boulder. I'm in Colorado Springs. Oh, I don't know why I put Boulder. So you're in Colorado Springs. Okay, well, I'm going to change that. Sorry about that. Colorado Springs. So wow, what's the weather like there? Today it's today it is it's like 60 out, I guess, here in New York, and a little bit sunny. We're supposed to get rain for the next few days. So I mentioned, Joe, about Florida early on, and I was saying let's all pray for Florida and Fort Myers. I have a very, very good friend of mine from I've known for years and years from college, and she just she was on the roof of her house yesterday, and I think Corey Good and David Wilcox is in Boulder. Oh, okay. Do I know them? Who are they? Are they conspiracy theorists? David Wilcox. That name sounds so familiar. So I don't know. Let's be aware that out there is this artificial existence that keeps on coming towards us over and over. Oh, I like David. Yes. David Wilcox. I want to say I watched some videos with him and they were related to, I know what they were related to. They were related to the military guy who spoke about psychic phenomenon, Egypt. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Egypt, what? Egypt and aliens. Yes, the pyramids and aliens. Well, anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, you guys tell me if there's anything you want to relay about AI robots, artificial intelligence, if that's something that is interesting to you. So I want to just go on and move on to the 144. So the 144,000 that we've heard over and over, if you're in this realm that I am, the spiritual realm, the angelic realm, we hear about this. And what are the 144,000? Well, they are star seeds and light workers, and they are those who've been awakened, and they are advanced souls here to free humanity. Like here is, I believe this might be an Arcturian. And so they are here, the 144,000 are here to save basically humanity from enslavement. They're star seeds that have evolved, souls with dormant wisdom for far in time. And so they're highest good for all. So I guess I consider myself a star seed. Now this is an Andromedan. So if this is an Andromedan, this might be an Andromedan as well, right? I don't know if you've ever heard of Andromedans. So they're extraterrestrials. They come from Andromeda. And so they have an agenda to guide and protect. And if you are any of the 144 in Australia, I think so because, wait, Thomas Grant, you're in Australia. So you're 100. Are you one of the 144,000? So it's said on the emerald tablets, 144,000 will assist humankind raise the vibration of the planet. Now, I knew a long time ago, that I was different. And I didn't know why. And I really didn't have an avenue of understanding myself. But I always felt like I was overly sensitive and aware. And I got messages, and, I heard from other sources from God. And then I really tuned in starting in 2013. I realized, oh, well, I'm calling myself empathic. And so I realized, do I have proof of this? Do I have proof that I'm a star seed or a light worker? Well, I'm unusual. So maybe that's my proof. Maybe because I work with light, I send light, I heal. So I guess I'm unconventional. So maybe that's proof that I'm a star seed. So this shift that's come here on this earth, and I don't know if you sense this already. So there's this shift that's been going on, and more light is being brought onto the earth. And that is coming because of the star seeds and the light workers. So they are stationed all across the globe. And I have friends that are light workers as well. And we all are in this kind of same niche, I guess, occupation of healing and helping. Now, our focus is not monetary, it's not currency, which is very difficult. It's very difficult because in the matrix, in this world, how do you pay for stuff? So in some degree, we have to figure that out, don't we? Before all of humanity is awakened. When all of humanity is awakened, right now they say 10% is awakened. That's still another 90%. And will there be disclosure of extraterrestrials? And when will the solar flash happen? Well, I believe that none of that is really going to happen until the other 90% is awakened. And how fast will that happen? Because it's taken quite a long time for the first 10%. And so, sometimes we lose our patience and we say, well, how long is this going to take? Well, it's going to take as long as it's going to take. And so we have to kind of get by, and maybe we struggle, and maybe we suffer a bit. And, maybe we have more lows, more highs, more lows, more highs. And I don't really have an answer for you. I know that I can't go back to the way I used to think. I can't go back to shutting down and being complacent. I have to speak my mind, because if I don't speak my mind, then maybe someone else who doesn't feel as strong won't speak their mind. So like, I'm here to kind of bring awareness, another opportunity for you in your life to have hope and love and light, and forgive those who have injured you, and forgive yourself. So a high degree of awareness is what star seeds bring. And star seeds, 144,000, which the 12-strand activation DNA codes will help you evolve to a higher frequency. So I say, did you crack open that beautiful glowing light in your heart? Because we all have light. But also, our cells, our DNA is coming online. And the more that we kind of consider our telepathic skills, our psychic skills, our intuitive abilities, the more of a chance that you will fully awaken. You have superpowers. You are highly advanced. Really, if we take these guys, these extraterrestrials from another star system, how do they speak? Well, they don't speak talking. They speak telepathically. That's how advanced they are. And they say at one time on Earth, we were that advanced in Tataria. We didn't have to speak with talking. That came later. We spoke with our minds. So it was mind to mind, which is what we've gone into. So humans will join together for the golden age. So the star seeds are on their path, sharing another perspective. Like, I'm a rebel, not the rebels that cause havoc, the rebels that believe there's another reality. Do you believe that there's another reality? Let's heal the world. So we are going to heal the world together. We're going to bring light and love. And how can we do that? Well, we can step out into nature. We can ask for it to come into our lives. We can speak of angels. Angels are a source. They're benevolent, celestial beings of light. They come from the heavens to earth. They're here to protect humanity. They're here to guide us. They're messengers. They're warriors. And they're here to help. And they say we have at least 2 guardian angels from birth. So if you feel like a thought gets dropped into your mind, or if you have an inclination to move towards something out of the way, maybe it's an angel warning you, giving you some foreboding. So just be aware. You can ask for angels to come into your life, just like you can ask to be awakened. Now, when your third eye activates, then you're able to see another dimension, another realm, another reality. And you will realize that this is not all that there is. And like I spoke of before, our eyes can only see 1% of what's going on in the world. It's like 0.0035. So what's going on in the other 99% of the world? Can you see? You can't. We don't know. That's why I say tune into your senses. Like, here's my little Elsa, my puppy dog. And Elsa senses things ahead of time. In 2016, I took her out for a walk. They're currently doing multiple things to cause famine. Yes. I took Elsa out for a walk. And I was living in this building, and the owner had this dog, and it was usually within a gate. And so when I walked out with Elsa, she paused and she didn't want to go any further because she knew. She was warned. She had a sense, and she was trusting her sense. Now, I didn't realize at the time I should have listened to her. And so what happened? This dog, this enormous dog, came barreling out and ran up to her and started biting her. And so I lifted her up, Elsa, and then the dog bit into my leg and wouldn't let go until the owner came and pulled the dog off my leg. So animals, like puppy dogs are aware, and they have a sense. They can hear, they have a sense about danger. So we all have a sense about danger as well. We all are receiving frequencies. It's just that we really aren't tuning into them. And do we wonder why we don't feel well? Do we wonder why, maybe we have a headache or we're weaker? It's because all these frequencies we don't realize are coming at us. So we need to tune more into ourselves, tune more into our 5 senses. Which brings me, so the 144 born came with a purpose and a mission. Did you come with a purpose and a mission? Do you know what your mission is? Have you awakened and said, I had a dream last night and it told me blah, blah, blah. And did you listen to the dream? Are you writing down your dreams when you wake up? So the 144,000 are taking mankind to a state of peace on earth, unconditional love and compassion. And those who are deceptive and cunning and evil will lose their power. It's only a matter of time. How long will it take? Well, I hope it's over quicker. I hope that their power is gone sooner, because there is a lot of suffering going on this new earth Gaia. And so the 144,000 will guide us all guide humanity towards enlightenment and light. And so these incarnated starseeds and light workers are here to help. So if you meet someone and they just seem as though they tune right into you, they get you, you have an easy communication, maybe they're a starseed. and you feel an instant at ease, and you feel like you can trust them. So look out for the 144,000 star seeds, because let's all awaken the rest of the earth, planet Earth. Let's not suffer anymore. Let's not struggle anymore. Let's not say, get out of the way. Let's not push people out of the way. Let's join together, have collective consciousness and peace on earth. Okay, so have you been practicing psychic phenomenon lately? So what exactly is psychic phenomenon? If you've been here with me, you know that it's about knowing. It's about impressions that you receive from another source outside of yourself. And you must, if you want to receive these impressions, have self-confidence and trust your inner feelings. If you have a hunch about something, in other words, if you have, a feeling, your gut says something, and it could be good, it could be bad. It doesn't have to be as extreme as that. Something. Trust it. Inquire. Go towards it. See what it is. Because whatever impression that you're receiving, you are meant to receive. It's coming to you. We all have a vibration. We all have a frequency. And so whatever comes to us, it's what we're attracting. So we must investigate and be aware of that. So if someone comes to you, an opportunity comes to you, take a good look at it before you push it aside. Even if it's not in the realm of whatever you're thinking about, just take a look. It might be something that you were supposed to know about. Maybe it's a warning. Maybe it's an opportunity. Maybe it's a new friendship. And if you hear it more than once, and let's say you hear it twice, then you really need to take a look at it. And maybe it's out of your comfort zone. It's not in your energetic pattern. It takes you off your energetic pattern. Maybe it's challenging you. Give it a look-see. So let's have a willingness to trust our emotions and our feelings. Let's know that whatever we're feeling is accurate. Now, can you imagine if all of us stepped out of our homes and the way we communicated was through our feelings and our emotions? How would that go? How would that go for you? How would you be tuned in enough to even know that? Would you be able to decipher what's your thought and a thought that was programmed into you? How many of your thoughts are your own? And how many are those that you were told? You were told this is how it goes. You get up, you eat breakfast, you make your bed, you go to your job. That wasn't any of your own thoughts. You weren't born knowing that. That was like you were trained, you were conditioned. You were conditioned to kind of be in a mouse in a maze, to have, there's four walls and a ceiling, and you're kind of, this is all the choices right here. There's no other choices. Okay, what about if none of that existed? What would you do? What can you open your mind and expand your awareness and come up with some other choices than that? Because that's not very much fun, is it? Let's try to imagine a world outside of the matrix, a world outside of the linear world. What would you do with your life? What would you do? You go to sleep. Let's say you went to sleep and you woke up. What would you do when you woke up? If you had any choice in the whole wide world, you could do anything. Would you go surfing? Would you go running? Would you just sleep? What would you do if you could do anything? Just freedom, complete freedom. And you still had food, you still had a home, you still had clothing, you still had a car. What would you do with your life? Consider that. Let's eliminate all of our critical thinking and reasoning. And let's just truly go into our emotions and consider what we're feeling. So let's tune in and let's let out a breath right now. Let's go. Let's go, let go. Go of any thought attachments. Like I say, there's this big sack of thought attachments that's attached to us that we are giving life. There's this tube that's coming into our being, and we are giving it life. All of these beliefs, the belief systems that you know. What is that? What are your belief systems? Do you believe that you can only wear button-down shirts? Do you believe that you must comb your hair every day? Do you believe that you should have breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What are your belief systems? Share with me, because those were not yours. Those were programming. So if you could have any new belief systems, a new way of thinking, what would it be? Please write in the chat and share with me. So we let go of these thought attachments, this sack of thoughts. We're cutting it off. We said that yesterday. We're leaving it on the side of the road. So we're letting out a breath. We're letting go of any belief systems, any thoughts before this moment. This moment is all that matters. The past doesn't matter. The future doesn't matter. Just this moment in the present. That's how we're going to create this beautiful world, is by our thoughts. So if I'm thinking it and you're thinking it and my neighbor is, and every single person on the planet, guess what happens? Collective consciousness, unity. That's how you create and manifest the physical realm, is through thoughts. That's why our thoughts are very important. So if you're thinking, not again, everything's terrible, my life is awful. If you're thinking that, it is. It's going to be that way for the next 2 weeks. So we have to see light in the distance. See that light. Like when we do a visualization, you see light on the horizon, you're going towards it, and you don't know how long it's going to take to get there. But guess what? Seeing light on the horizon is a better option than saying, everything's horrible, my life is horrible, and complaining and being negative and low vibrational and whine, cry. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start a new day. Today's a new day. It's Friday. What are you going to achieve today? What are the tasks that you're going to accomplish that are good for you? What is good for Mary? What is good for Jack, for Joan, for Jane, for Peter? What is good for you? What will bring you to your destiny? So we're going to let go of the thought attachments. We're going to be in the present moment, and then we're going to make contact, and we're going to have a connection. So when you tune into something, only wine I like is white wine. What? You're funny, Thomas Grant. Thomas Grant, are you drinking white wine this morning? You're in Colorado Springs, and I'm in New York. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And so we're going to tune in. So we've let go. We've let out a breath. We're in this moment. We have patience. We let go of any thought attachments, any old belief systems. We're in the present moment. We have present consciousness right now. And then we're going to tune in. So what are we going to tune into? Maybe we're going to tune into someone that we see out in public. Maybe we're going to tune into our neighbor, learn about our neighbor, try to gather information. What impressions are you going to receive? How are you receiving these impressions? Because they're charged impulses. That's how you can become telepathic, mind to mind. It's thoughts and feelings. So what impressions are you receiving? Are you receiving images, symbols, sensations, messages, visions, sounds, memories, a smell, a taste? What mental images? Now, maybe when you tune in, no, I am from Australia. Keep telling you that. Wait, oh, it's Joe Hollywood. Oh my God, Thomas Grant. I'm having a block on this Australia. Thomas Grant, I'm so sorry. You know what? Today I'm a little mixed up. I'm very sad about Florida. Not that that's an excuse. I'm so sorry. So you're from Australia. Joe earlier was from Colorado Springs. So let's clear our mind of doubt. Are you having any difficulty? Are you unable to leave your thoughts and you can't concentrate on whatever's coming through in your senses? What impressions are you receiving? So if you're having a difficult time receiving thought impressions and having transference, right? It's thought transference, mind to mind. You're thinking of a person or you're seeing a person and you're tuning in. Maybe close your eyes and imagine a screen in front of you when you're thinking of this person, just a clear screen. I'm so sorry to Thomas Grant. Sorry, Thomas Grant. Sorry. There. Sorry. I'm very sorry. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So they are thought pictures. So what are you seeing when you tune in, when you receive an impression? I'm going to go through the exercises that we've practiced. Okay, of course. I'm so sorry. I don't want to hurt anyone or injure anyone. There could be thought interference. So thought interference might be that you're too much in your head. Thought interference might be that you're receiving the person's ailments. If they're physically hurt, maybe they have a headache, a stomach ache, or something more severe. So we want to try to be aware of that and tune that out. So you might receive alerts, premonitions, advanced warning. Your mind is very powerful. Your senses are very powerful. We can learn to speak without our lips. Happy birthday! Well, happy birthday, Thomas Grant. Happy birthday. So happy birthday. Happy birthday. So, Thomas Grant, what's the weather like in Australia today? What is the weather like? Is it beautiful? I always imagine Australia to be sunny and warm and I don't know, just everyone's always tan and and everyone has an accent and it's fun. It is nice here, sun is shining, it's springtime. Oh, lovely. That's beautiful. See, that's what we need. We need to hear about that. That brings us light. That just brings light, but it's midnight. Oh, okay. It's midnight. I didn't realize that. So, our telepathic data that we receive is an an exchange between humans. So, hopefully, and we will, because we're all going to go to telepathy school, Earth school eventually, we're going to dispense with these schools that teach us stuff that's made up. And we're all going to go to telepathy school because we are highly advanced and we're going to all be speaking with our minds rather than our mouths. So let's retrieve info from another mind or another source in the world. So maybe you receive information when you close your eyes, like when you lay down to go to sleep at night. Maybe you're getting remote viewing. Maybe you're receiving information about an actual circumstance. Maybe you'll hear a voice. Maybe you'll see a face. Maybe it will be someone that's passed over, that's passed away, and they're trying to contact you and speak to you. Maybe it will be a voice from another reality, from another realm, another dimension. And so we've been together practicing some exercises. And so anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And so we've been practicing, I'll go through some of them. We've been practicing time alone in quiet space so that we tune into all of our senses. Again, let's leave aside our thinking because that's not how we're going to achieve and master our sixth sense, whatever that is for you. Like we said, are you clairvoyant? Do you have clairaudience, clairsustenance, claircognizance, clairempathic? What is your clairsense? So when you spend time quietly, you turn off all electronics because they are sending you radio waves. Electronics are sending you radio waves. They are distracting you from your emotions, from your senses. And they are disturbing your fragile being. Hey, Tommy, how are you? Hey, Tommy, how are you today? You're funny. Um, I hope you're having a great day, Tommy. I don't know how long it took for you to hear me say that because you say it's delayed. So, when you receive information, you're the receiver and they're the sender. Have you practiced with someone you know? Maybe I should do that with you, Tommy. What information? I feel like I get your thoughts. I have thought transference from you. And so, uh, it's all really up to the receiver because they have to have concentration and focus, and they have to have contact, mind to mind contact, synchronistic timing. So you make a plan to receive the information. Like I say, is it 7 o'clock on Friday night? And the sender is going to send you information and you're going to receive it. Now, you can also do something like this sleeping messages. You can know when someone's asleep. Let's say you know they're going to sleep at 11 o'clock, at 12 o'clock. You have their picture in front of you. You say their name over and over again. And you can send them a message like, wake up at 1 a.m. or wake up at 2 a.m. and look out the window. And so the next day you contact them and you find out if it worked. Now that can be done in a harmful way. People can send you psychic attacks, which I've spoken about, which is evil. I'm a divine receiver. You are a divine receiver. You're a divine receiver. You're so funny. Okay, and so Thomas means twin. Oh, go figure. Thomas means twin. And I think I mean beloved. Mary and Amy mean beloved. So we can protect ourselves before we go to sleep from psychic attacks. And how do we do that? We can protect ourselves by having as much love in our heart as possible, and we won't have bad dreams because we all have this silver cord that's attached to our chakras and it goes out into the world. And so we can have someone harvest our energy. So we want to have as much love in our heart when we go to sleep. And then that way we are protected. Okay, so I'm going through all the exercises that we've practiced to remind everyone. So I said 1, alone and sleep, 2, sender receiver, 3, sleeping message. Because we're going to add some. 4, token object reading, which I spoke about, psychometry, which is where you tune in. Those detectives might contact a psychic and they say, we've lost someone or this crime has been committed, and they give someone an article, so a possession of theirs, and they read it and they tune in. So if you can tune into someone's stuff, like it's a stranger's belonging, then you are really working on your intuitive abilities. So be aware, try it. So it's token object reading. Okay, we spoke about tuning into a stranger. Maybe you're in a crowd of people and you tune in and you try to figure out. Now, this is not thinking. You're not thinking. You're not looking at what they have on. You're not considering what their job is. That's all external. You want to tune in internally. And how do you tune in internally? Well, I do it by going to their heart. Like if I see a crowd of people, I tune into their heart. That's my way in. I see what's going on. I tune into their energy, I guess you could say. I'm not tuning into, I can tune in by hearing a voice on a phone call, or that's how I do a reading. I just tune into the voice and then I get information from their voice. Everyone's going to be different. You have abilities that are different than mine. Okay, so next is astral projection. So we did this the other day. You can do this during a meditation. You can astral project during a meditation where you're going to go beyond this realm to another realm. And maybe you're going to go to another location. Maybe you're going to go do it during a sleeping state before you go to sleep, When you're in a sleeping state, you maybe astral project. They say that there's been a war going on while we're in a sleeping state. So our sleeping, our spirit, when we're sleeping, is battling between good and evil. I don't know if you're aware of that. So we can project while we're sleeping. Now, we might be stuck in a place of confinement when we're sleeping because we haven't dealt with a lot when we're awake. And so we might be going back through issues that we've had while we're sleeping. Maybe you have the same characters in your dreams, the same, and when I mean characters, people from your life are in your dreams over and over again because you haven't gotten through that issue when you're awake. So I suggest if you have an issue, whatever that issue is, let's say you have an issue that you are, we know mine, I had abandonment issues, which I don't have anymore. And I believe that came because I'm in a positive relationship. I believe that came because I'm asking for it. I believe that came because I asked for forgiveness. And maybe because I speak of light, maybe the angels did it. I had a miracle, divine intervention. So anything is possible. But when you're here in this present moment, if there's something that you need to go through, if you're having the same issue come over and over through your life, maybe the same people, you say, why do I keep having that same type of person come into my life and they're so destructive? You have to figure out why that is. Why are you attracting negativity into your life? Now, if you're attracting negativity in your life, there's something inside of you that you haven't dealt with. So you want to embrace it. Embrace all the relationships that you've had that have brought negativity. And then you'll have the answer. The answer will come through. Be aware. Okay, so we spoke about predicting events. Now you will be able to predict events, having premonitions. How? When you are clear and you are aware and you're tuning into your senses, you're tuning into your hearing, you're tuning into your knowing. You know, what do you know in your heart to be true? You tune into your touch, your smell, your taste. All of your five senses, your sixth sense will share with you premonition events that are going to be happening. You'll be able to predict. You will maybe get all of a sudden a place that will come into your mind from another source, a location. Maybe you'll see someone giving you a warning. Maybe you'll see something very negative happen and you'll say, oh my gosh, I need to take this advice. So you will be able to predict events. The farther you get into this, the more you'll be able to have a knowing about the future. Now we spoke of the ball of light. We worked on the ball of light, didn't we? Okay, we did that. And we spoke about channeling, about being in a trance, about closing your eyes, tuning in. You know, we spoke about in the old time mediums, and they'd do a seance. My dreams are so far off from my current life lately that I have no doubt I'm tapping into another timeline possibility. Yes, I agree with you. So I actually, for a period of time, would have other people's dreams. I would be a completely different person in a different life, and I would have their dreams. So that is completely possible. I remember I had a dream that I lived in South America. I was pregnant. I had 2 children. I was with this man who was actually married to someone else. And it was it was someone else's life that I was dreaming someone else's dreams. The dream state is very interesting. So much can happen. And, you know, I speak about these psychic attacks, and I speak about being, you know, being aware and putting light around you. For a long time, I didn't know that I should go to sleep thinking love, love, love. And ever since I've been doing that, I'm not receiving any psychic attacks. So that's a really positive thing. So channeling, I spoke about an old time medium where they'd sit there and they'd do a seance, and we knew all about that because they'd have the crystal ball and they'd say, oh, I'm looking in the crystal ball and in your future. And that's what we knew about fortune tellers, about psychics. And it was kind of in the negative realm. Gypsies, they would be in those covered wagons with horses, and they'd go town to town and they'd say, "Oh, I could tell you your fortune. I could tell you what could happen to you." And so, is that a real thing? Well, absolutely, people, but we can all tell our own fortunes. We don't need a psychic to tell us. We have these abilities. It doesn't have to be over there, it can be within you. Know that. So, you can go into a trance, you can close your eyes, and you can tune in. When you get really good at this, you can tune in. There's that Sam the illusionist. He goes into a trance, and he is a channeler, and he channels Arcturians and Palladians and all kinds of different other entities to receive information. He tells about all the Queen and Prince Charles, and what's going to happen with the solar flash, and he gives these predictions. We are all capable of channeling. We are all capable of going into a trance. It's about concentration, it's about meditation, it's about focus. It's all about focus. That's what the ball of light is about. It's about focus, right? It's about bringing light into the earth as well. Okay, and then I want to share with you, there's something called electromagnetic shielding. And that is going to reduce radio waves and electromagnetic fields. I'd like everyone to look into electromagnetic shielding. And that will protect our senses from all of these radio waves that are coming to us through the television, through our phones, through the Wi-Fi, through the cell towers, and just really protecting us. So look into that. Hello, Alexandra Morel. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. We covered today artificial, and we spoke about artificial robots, AI robots, and how Sophia's the first humanoid AI robot with citizenship, and she wants a robot child and start a family. I covered, these brain chips. They want to make us kind of robots and have us have a brain chip in our brain, and then we can connect to the internet. I'm not up for this. And then we kind of covered the 144 star seeds light workers that are here on the earth to awaken humanity. Awaken out of your slumber, that there's another reality. And so we spoke about them, and they're here for humanity, and humans will join together for the golden age. Yay! Okay, so, and then last, I want to mention the exercise that we did where you lay down, and maybe you're on a bed or a chair, a couch or the floor, wherever you want to be. And you're going to take each of you're going to put your arms and legs out, and each one of them, one by one, you're going to just let go of any kind of, control in them. We're going to just completely relax, let go of tension. You're going to lift up your legs and your arms, and you're going to drop them down. And then you're going to focus, you're going to tune in, right? We have no electronics when we're doing this. We're going to tune into from our neck down to our waist, right here below our waist. And we're going to put all our energy at once there, focus there. And then as quick as we do that, we're going to, in front of us, see a screen, a white screen, like a movie screen. And so what do you see on that movie screen? And that's how you're going to tune in. Like Joe Hollywood just said, when he's sleeping, he's having all these dreams that are coming in from another reality, another dimension, another realm, right? And so what are we going to see on this white movie screen? What are you going to see? When I've done it, I've seen everything from peace and light to the military coming in from, it was like World War II and the Civil War. And so what are you seeing? Oh, Joe Hollywood. I've had the weirdest dreams of my life in the last 30 days involving cartoon-looking beings, but they look real in full 3D every time I saw. Okay, so what were the cartoon-looking beings? What were they? Are you sure that they're not light codes coming in? Because so light codes are healing. And when you awaken, sorry to scare you. You're not scaring me. I'm not scared. I don't get scared really. I'm past scared. I've seen so much what's gone on in the world and all the lies. And I've also realized that there's other realities. I've had like, evil stuff come at me, demonic, possessed stuff. I don't get scared. Um, so what are they? Because when you receive a light code, when you've awakened, and I say you have awakening symptoms, ascension symptoms, which are like maybe you can't eat any of the same foods. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night. Maybe you have like little tiny pains in your head. Maybe you have feelings on your crown chakra. Maybe you start to go, oh my gosh, that's the personality that I've known my whole life and I haven't shared it with anyone. Maybe you laugh a little bit more. Maybe you cry a little bit more. Maybe you become more of yourself, and maybe you have light codes. So light codes are the moment before you go to sleep and the moment before you wake up. Okay, so I rather see horror movie monsters than cartoon beings that look real. Okay, so I've had the cartoon beings that look real. So what came through to me was, that's what I'm getting to. So it started November 24th, 2021. And I started having these light codes come through. So what happens is you start to feel like, for me, my body started to feel very kind of vibrating a little bit. And it started to feel like it was expanding or changing its form. It started to feel as though, not that I got hotter or colder, but just different. And when that happened, all of a sudden, and it doesn't last a long time, my eyes would be closed. And like I said, it was right before I went to sleep or right before I woke up. And so my eyes would be closed and I would see, it started by me seeing like they look like little emojis, and they were like little gray alien emojis, and they would blink their eyes. They were, like you said, cartoon, and they would be doing things. So they would show me spaceships, they would be moving in and out, I would see planets. And so every single night this happened to me. And so it started out that they were like just very, very um, simplistic versions of extraterrestrials, right? These gray aliens. And then they got to be more advanced, where they were like 3D, then they were 5D, then they were moving, then they were trying to speak to me. It got very advanced. It was really strange. And so I was like, oh my God, I think I'm going a little bonkers here. And so I made notes of them. I wrote them all down. And then they were really trying to communicate with me information like heaven on earth, different things that were going to happen. So I don't know, Joe Hollywood, what kind of cartoon beings that you're seeing, but you've awakened, Joe Hollywood. You're here with me right now. So I don't know what you've experienced. If you've experienced light codes, like I've seen a lot of different things. It hasn't just been extraterrestrials, which are like these kinds of extraterrestrials. I've seen reptilians have come to me. I've seen buildings inside spaceships, motherships. What else have I seen? Let's see. Angels have come to me, angelic beings. And so I've had dreams with some leaders in the world, I've seen aliens in prisons, in cells. They've been tied up, scared. I've had all kinds of like very unusual sci-fi dreams. Now, if you believe dreams are important, I mean, they're actually light codes. I've had light codes and dreams. Let me decipher that. Light codes and dreams. So before we go today, because we hit an hour, I'm going to do a ball of light and see what's in there and just practice our uh, our ability to form a ball of light. So if you want to do that with me, we put our hands together and tell me what you see. Yesterday we kind of did something different with it. So maybe we'll do something different with it today. So we put our hands together, we rub them together, and then we get a vibration on our palms. And if this is the best and only way that it works for you, like your hands together like this, then just do that. Or you can cup your hands and you can expand. And so we do this to bring energy and light. Okay, they had big eyes and had full facial expressions like Pixar movies, but looked like real life beings in real life. So nothing wrong with that. That's just, they're trying to share information with you. So what are they doing in these dreams? That's what matters. So what emotions are you receiving? That's what matters. Okay, so I'm bringing light here, and are you feeling vibration on your palms? Let's bring light onto the planet Earth. Let's become one of the 144,000 light worker starseeds. Let's bring light here onto New Earth Gaia, so we can, so the matrix continues to land into the dumpster. Okay, so what are we doing? So yesterday we spoke about why are we doing this, which is to bring concentration and focus, and we want to tune in. So let's try some different things with our senses with the ball of light. I'd like you to imagine yourself inside the ball of light. If you're inside the ball of light, how are you feeling? And what do you smell anything? Do you see anything? Do you see outside the ball of light? So I'm looking outside the ball of light. I see inside, I'm in the ball of light, and it's very much like rainbow light coming in, and I see windows outside the ball of light, glass windows. And, this is information I'm supposed to receive, so that's why I'm doing this. What are you receiving? I see grass. I see some grass, and I see windows. That's outside one side. What else do I see? So over on this side, I see yellow. I see flowers and sunlight. So what are you seeing outside your ball of light? If you're inside your ball of light, what are you seeing? Then let's see. So that's one thing. Now I'd like you to tune into your hearing. If you're inside the ball of light, what are you hearing? We're working on stretching our intuitive skill set. We're stretching ourselves, our senses. So if you're inside the ball of light, are you hearing what are you hearing? So I'm hearing an echoing. I'm hearing someone call out my name. Interesting. Okay, so tell me in the chat what you're hearing or seeing in the ball of light. Okay, so now we're in the ball of light. So basically, if you want to make it easier, so let's say you're holding your hands like this. Maybe imagine you're standing in the ball of light or sitting in the ball of light, and what's around you right here in this physical reality. Maybe that will help you. So what am I feeling? Now I'm on what am I feeling? So I'm sensing that it's another dimension inside the ball of light. I'm sensing that if I put my hand through the ball of light, I could reach outside. And I could grab something and pull it in. There we go. See, we have advanced skills. We are multidimensional beings of light. So this is actually a little more interesting than looking at my third eye. So my third eye, I see angels. I see, my third eye is very protective of me. What is my third eye? Well, it's the realm, I guess, angelic realm, another realm. Okay, so I'm going to put my hands back together. We're gonna close our hands. So anyway, I just want to share with you, I'm working on this new show. It's going to be 2 other hosts, and I believe it's going to be done at nighttime, and then I'm going to upload it. And so in the future, moving forward from today, I want to share with you that I don't know the times that I'm going to be doing a live. I'm planning on doing a live on Monday at 11. I don't know if that my schedule is going to change and I'm going to be doing them at night, or I'm going to upload them. I mean, I'm going to continue doing the lives. I just don't know if it's going to stay at 11 o'clock because my schedule is changing. So just be aware of that. And I want to thank everyone who joined us today. I want to thank Joe Hollywood and Tommy and Thomas Grant. And who else joined us today? So did I cover everybody? Oh, Alexandra Morel. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to thank me for joining us. Now, I'd like to leave with everyone. Let's all say hopes and wishes to everyone in Florida right now, in Fort Myers, Florida, because of this Hurricane Ian. And please, let's send blessings and love to them. And I'm wishing good things for you. I hope you spend the weekend doing some fun activities and maybe something related to your passions or your purpose. And always think of your 5 humongous goals. What are your 5 humongous goals? And we want to keep our eye on the prize, our destiny, because we want a quantum leap to our destiny, right? Right in this moment. What is it that you want? What is the destiny that you want? Put your hands out and imagine, what is it that if you could have anything in the world, your destiny, what would it be? Would it be heaven on earth? Would it be that you want to be a novelist or climb the highest mountains? Or you want to, I don't know, you want to be, you want to have a garden, whatever it is that you want. Keep your eye on the prize. Don't ask anyone else for their opinions. You're a rebel. You're not a conformist. You're here with me. And so I hope that this weekend you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that if you're having a tough time, that you find a way to bring some light into your life. And maybe, that's tomorrow morning you wake up and you see the sunrise, or you imagine, light on the horizon. Like I say, good things are coming beyond our vision, beyond a difficult situation. I mean, let's bring light. Let's ask for light. Let's practice our intuitive skill set, because we're going to be ahead of the game. Everyone's going to have to discover it. So you're one of the few that have been awakened. And also, if you're having scary dreams, Thomas Grant, I know you're having scary dreams, you said. These dreams that are bothering you. Oh, Alexandra, you too. Maybe try to communicate with them. Find out what it is. What are the feelings? Hey, Hamano, thanks for joining us from Transylvania. So we had Hamano, we had Transylvania, we had Australia, we had Colorado, we had New York. I don't know if Tanika was here today from Detroit. I don't see Tanika today, but everyone, we're all together. I'm glad that we're kind of forming our group here. It's pretty exciting, and we're all working on our intuitive abilities. And so maybe this weekend, I have this list here I want to share with you. This is a list, and if you want to awaken, and if you need some more peace, maybe listen to some of these frequencies so you can tune into these frequencies. You can see that. So these are the different frequencies, and these offer you to bring more peace into your being, like I speak of. And so these different frequencies, and as it gets all the way up to 963 hertz, you will connect with spirit. See, you can see these. So it's like 852 attracts soul tribe, 741. If you go on YouTube, you can look up just these hertz, and it can bring you to a healing place. 7:41 awakens intuition. 6:39 heals relationships. 5:28 repairs DNA. So just be aware that these are all healing frequencies, okay? And so maybe this weekend, listen to it for a few moments. Maybe you'll heal something that's hurt you inside. It will repair you and bring good things. So I'm going to spin light, and you're in the center of it, and I'm wishing good things. And just look at, my schedule, and hopefully I'll be back again on Monday at 11. If not, it'll be a different time. So I'm spinning light, and you're in the middle of it. And you're making a wish, a great wish, whatever it is that you want, because you're going to bring light and love and happiness and prosperity into your life. So I'm spinning the light, okay? And you're in the center of it, and you're making a wish, and I'm putting light around you. I'm visualizing light and good things. And I want good things for you. Be well. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, everyone. I just want to make sure that if anyone else said yes, goodbye, Hamano. Have a great weekend. Ruined all my dreams. I'm under evil attack for 1 week. Okay, wait a second. You're under evil attack. So that means that, so when you go to sleep, please imagine light in your heart, Hamano. Imagine light in your heart. Imagine light and love all around you in your heart, love and light, because that means that you're getting a psychic attack. Okay, so both of you are getting something. Okay, so that means that evil is really, really doubling down on hurting people. And I want to say, that you must stand up to that. And you must say, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm courageous. And please, please, please go to love in your heart. Support yourself. Go to your 3 characteristics that make you authentic being, your truest self. And I had it too. I had the psychic attacks as well. And that means that your silver cord is not protected. So when you go to sleep, imagine as much love in your heart as possible. Imagine as much love in your heart as possible. And imagine light around you, okay? So I'm hoping good things for you. And imagine, I'm going to write it down. Imagine love in your heart, okay? Okay. Everyone, bye. Be well.